I'm just gonna pick these up right from the start. I am doing today a Mountain Dew Energy. That's what we're doing. I'm not reviewing all of them today, but it's one video. But I learned my lesson from the last few that I should only probably open one of these energy drinks and not open all three, because then I feel like I should, I don't like to put open cans back in the fridge. It's something I've never really enjoyed, because then the thing goes flat and you don't want to drink it after that. So I have the bad habit of having tried to finish all of the drinks that I opened in some of the other energy drink videos. So if you'll remember those, that was an especially bad idea. I could tell pretty quickly as it felt like my heart was going really fast. I was like, ugh. It was like a little panicky, but I was fine. But I'm not gonna try that again. I'm not gonna risk it. I feel like that was a really bad idea. So I'm only gonna do one today. And I'm gonna start with this cherry lime lift. Now, I saw these in the store. I've been looking for these for a while, actually. And I remember I've seen them in the store, but the problem is I was hoping for a variety pack. They don't sell them in variety packs. They only sell them individually like this, and it's kind of hard to find all three of them. So that was really the problem I was facing. And even when I went to the store, I wasn't specifically looking for these, but when I went to the store, I saw two of them, and I couldn't find the blue one. The blue one specifically was hidden away. I managed to find it, but it was hidden, and they had one can, whereas they had 20 of these, the pink and red ones. So I suppose the blue one might be somewhat popular, but honestly, I don't think the Mountain Dew Energy brand is probably doing all that great. I did see a ton of Baja Blast energies that they had. I don't think the brand's doing that great. And I've covered two of them so far. I did the Major Melon one and the Baja Blast one, and they both have this similar sort of gross sweetener flavor that I didn't really like, and they didn't really taste exactly or especially like the drink that they're advertised to kind of taste like. I believe they're trying to do a really a sort of healthier energy mix with it's almost like it's just vitamins and minerals and stuff that aren't it's definitely different from Amp, right? Where I've looked at Amp, this only has 25 calories per can. Can you see that? 25 calories. Whereas Amp has a shit ton, and they have a ton of sugar in Amp, and I think for whatever reason they're discontinuing Amp. I think just because it's not doing well. I personally think the reason Amp doesn't do well is because they, the marketing and especially the can design. It's really lame looking can design. Fix the can design. Put it back to what it was before, because that's when Amp was cool, back in the 2000s. Why did they ever change it to that really boring green design? But ever since then, Mountain Dew has done Kickstart, which I think there is actually a rather successful brand. Kickstart is doing, I think, pretty well. People like Kickstart. Kickstart tastes more like juice than an energy drink. It tastes more like, something nice and healthy, a healthy little beverage that you can drink in the morning. But it's not really advertised to be an energy drink, more of a refresher drink. So I think what they're trying to do with Mountain Dew Energy, it's my theory, is that it's supposed to be more like Kickstart, less like Amp, but as an energy drink. So that's my long-winded explanation for what this is. I like Mountain Dew. Their forays into other products have not been super successful for the most part. I think Amp was successful for a little bit. Kickstart was successful for a little bit. I don't know how well Hard Mountain Dew is doing. Honestly, it might be doing okay right from the launch to now, but I feel like over time people are gonna want it less. I immediately was not really fond of it after the first time I got it, I didn't like it. They use the artificial sweeteners because you can't put sugar and alcohol together. So it tastes more like a diet Mountain Dew product. So I wasn't especially fond of those particularly, but I suppose, they would kind of grow on you over time. Maybe people are into those. I don't really know. I just don't really think they're a great product, and I think Mountain Dew Energy, in the same way, is also just not a great product, but I haven't even tried these. Like I said, I've tried Baja Blast, I've tried the Major Melon one, which are both sort of flavored after the unique beverages. They were supposed to do a Code Red one, which I've read online that it's probably canceled, that they're not going to release the Code Red one. They did it, I believe, last year for the first time, and they were going to re-release it for fall. But they canceled that. Not entirely sure why. Maybe the only reason I could think is the Mountain Dew Energy brand maybe is just not doing that well. And they're like, it's not worth it for us to put the effort out. Otherwise, I don't really know why they would do that. Maybe it was just that specific flavor was, like, really unpopular. But then why would they even announce it in the first place and then cancel it, Doesn't seem to make sense. So this one's called Cherry Lime Lift. I expect it to taste like cherry and lime, and then, that classic Mountain Dew Energy weirdness. You know what? That is actually a much better product. Maybe I should have tried these first before I tried the Baja Blast Major Melon ones, because those ones are... You can taste this distinct funk that's kind of in it, and then the attempt at, like, flavoring it after, with, like, let's kind of like, here's the flavor we're starting with, now we have to try to somehow make that taste like Baja Blast. It's a recipe for disaster. But with these, I think maybe it's just that they have a better chance because they can take the initial flavor and be like, oh, we can turn that into this pretty easily, and then figure out the flavors after the fact, instead of trying to force a flavor. Yeah, but overall, it's not that bad. It tastes definitely more like a Kickstart, whereas it's got that kind of more classic juice flavor. This is only 5% juice. It's not that bad. All things considered, it's not that bad. Is it my favorite energy drink? Would I drink this a lot? Let me keep drinking it and I'll tell you. I'd say no. It has a tinge of that funkiness. And I definitely think, like, you can taste that it's trying to be more of a healthier drink. That it's not too sugary. So it's a little bland as well. But overall, not as bad as the regular energies, or as the Baja Blast ones. It's okay. Light cherry lime. It's not terrible. I didn't pour it out, but maybe I should. You can kind of see the liquid in the can. It's red. It's red. You know what? I'll pour it out anyways, just because I usually do that. Alright, as you can see, it's a pretty deep red color. Oop, this glass has a little something on it. That's fine. Honestly, outside of the can, it tastes even blander. It's just not exciting or thrilling or interesting in any way. It's not the most... It's definitely not a drink that really calls out to you, It's like, ooh, yes, that's what I want. I want a Mountain Dew Energy. I'd much rather drink like a Rockstar or a Monster. I mean, they have a lot of... Okay, so this is probably worth mentioning, is they have a lot of competing new energy brands like G Fuel, Prime. I don't even really talk about these, but G Fuel, Prime, there's like Ghost Energy. Oh gosh, what's the one? Oh, Bang. Bang energy drink. Sorry, that's really bright. Bang has a lot of, like, weird flavors. But that's kind of the thing with, like, energy drinks now, is, like, that's where the business is is in creating a bunch of like weird new flavors, like popping out a new flavor every other month, you know? Like, oh, today we have rainbow unicorn firework, you know? And it's just like some crazy flavor. It tastes really sugary, and the can design is super colorful. Like, they're trying to appeal to like the teenage audience, and that's really where the market is. Whereas like something like this, can design, kind of bland. I mean, it's Mountain Dew was cool at a time. I don't know if it's as cool anymore to just slap Mountain Dew on something and have that, and have people think it's cool, you know? I don't think that's enough. I think you also just have to like play into current trends and maybe try to do interesting things. I really don't think this is gonna compete with normal energy drink brands. All right, day 2. Today we've got the strawberry melon sharp. I don't know what they mean by sharp exactly. Strawberry melon. I'm a little lethargic today because I didn't sleep well last night. But I mean, energy drink. Hopefully it'll help. Okay. So this is like pink. I mean, not really unexpected. It's gonna be pink. The other one was red. It's like literally the same design. I think it's got green on top instead. This one's strawberry melon sharp. The other was like cherry lime, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible at all. These are way better than the just generic sort of, the energy drinks they have that are flavored like their regular ones. Like the regular drinks, like the Baja Blast one and the melon. Definitely, this is better. This one's also melon flavored. But it's much easier, it's much more pleasant a flavor. The only thing about it that I would say is it's very bland. Still, I don't think there's a lot of acidity in this. It just, and I wouldn't really say it's also like super refreshing. It's not super appealing. It does actually kind of taste a little bit like the Major Melon one, but just like less strong, less like it's trying so hard, you know. The flavors are working here to sort of mask whatever is in this, but it's just not. It's not like the most enjoyable thing in the world. I'm sure it works. I drank one yesterday. I don't recall being like especially energized. Again, I think with these, I think with energy drinks kind of in general, the energy doesn't always hit as hard as opposed to like early 2000s energy drinks, you know, like when I had the amps, those do work too well, honestly, and I still feel like Monster and like Red Bull still work really well. I don't like this one as much. I think the cherry lime one was a little bit better. This one just kind of reminds me of the Major Melon version of the Mountain Dew Energy. So, it's not really, you know, super pleasing. So, we've got one more that I'm gonna try tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday for me, so we'll check it out there, and I'll let you know about that one. Okay, day 3, Mountain Dew Energy, day 3. I've got Pomegranate Blue Burst. This is the last one. I didn't feel like cleaning out my glass, so I have this jar instead that I'm gonna use. As you can see, it's blue. Not unexpected. That smells pretty good, actually. I said it smelled good initially. Now the jar smells weird. I don't know if it's like the jar or it's the... Now it all smells weird. Is my hand? Does my hand smell weird? I think it's the jar. Jar smells weird for some reason. It's another one of those where it's like, it smells good. It smells better than it tastes. The taste hits you and you're like, oh, kind of disappointing. It's kind of bland. But out of all of them, I would say that the flavor of it is the most appealing, I think. Out of all of them, I think I'd probably go for either this one or the cherry lime one, which I think the cherry lime one was decent, but I mean, if you're not really into the acidity of certain drinks, this one is definitely less like acidic. I'm just kind of talking out my ass. I don't know if it's actually less acidic, but I usually use that when I'm describing like a lime is like really acidic, you know, it has like that acidic mouth feel, you know, where it's like, but this doesn't have that. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? I'm not literally saying it's less acidic. I don't actually know if that's true, because I'm talking about citric acid specifically. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just kind of all right. It does remind me more of like the Bang Energy, where it's like, if you like the Bang Energy, like the like Rainbow Unicorn one, I'm pretty sure they have two that are exactly the same can color, and I feel like they also are exactly the same flavor, but one's called Rainbow, I'm gonna look this up. One's called like Rainbow Unicorn, and the other one's called something else. It's called Radical Skedaddle. It looks like they changed the can design. Radical Skedaddle, it was also blue and pink, but I felt like it tasted exactly the same as Rainbow Unicorn. They were both blue and pink cans. I felt like they tasted the same. This is reminding me of that specific flavor, of the Rainbow Unicorn flavor. It tastes kind of exactly like that, which makes sense to me, because I suspect this one to be one of the more popular ones, because like I said, when I saw it in the store, they had only one of these, and the rest they had a whole bunch of. But overall, I'm not too terribly fond of these. I think I still think, like, I don't know, I prefer Monster as an energy drink. If you're looking for like a cleaner energy drink, then, I mean, I don't know. Drink like a tea or something, you know? Drink like a Gatorade. If you're looking for like, I want an energy drink, but like a really healthy one. Just like drink a frickin' orange juice in the morning, man. You don't need an energy. Have a coffee. Have a tea. Do something like that. What do you need, like an energy drink that's like less bad for you? I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, that'll do it for the Mountain Dew Energy review. I don't think they're great. I don't know that Mountain Dew is going to be super successful with these. I think if they don't like treat them as a big thing and kind of keep them a little under the radar and try to just sell them lightly, I think they'll sell lightly, you know, for a while. But as long as they don't try to like push them too hard. I mean, if they do want to push them too hard, I think the first thing you need to do is change these can designs. These can designs are not like super appealing. This definitely looks like the type of thing that like, especially when it's like sitting, you know, at my store, they kind of have them on the like sides of the aisles. They'll have like a little like stand with a bunch of these energy drinks, instead of like having them on the shelf with the other energy drinks. It makes them look like more of a professional product, you know, like more of a like that thing. Instead, it seems like more of a fringe thing when it's always on these like side aisles. I don't know, it's just me, maybe, and that's just my specific Kroger, I suppose. But I also just don't, the silver can design always strikes me as like, oh, this is either a, you know, like a zero sugar type of thing, or like a diet drink, you know, like I associate it, I think, with like back in the day. I remember when you would get like a diet can of something, or a caffeine-free something, it would always be in like a gold or silver can, right? And so that's what strikes me when I see like a silver can, a shiny silver can. I feel like you want to emphasize the blue more and less the silver. I don't think you should have the silver there, because it just, people are going to associate it more with like a diet, or a diet drink, or a zero sugar, zero whatever drink. That's just what I think, personally, in terms of design. Otherwise, I think they would do all right just doing that, because they do taste kind of like Bang Energy. At least this one specifically does. So like, they could push out a bunch of different random stupid flavors and it'd probably do as well as Bang, I think. That's probably what they should do if they really want to be successful. Anyway, that's all I got. Okay. They're alright. They're not my favorite thing. I wouldn't really recommend them specifically. That's it. Okay, bye.